Hello, welcome to Michelle Reads Books. Today we are looking at New Moon by Stephanie Meyer. This is the second in the Twilight series. So I will read you a summary and then give you my opinion of it. On Bella Swan's 18th birthday, Edward Cullen, the vampire she loves, and his family throw her a birthday party at their residence. While unwrapping a gift, Bella receives a paper cut. Edward's adopted brother Jasper is overwhelmed by the scent of her blood and attempts to attack her, causing Bella to be injured in the process. Trying to protect her, Edward and the Cullens move away from Forks. But in an attempt to encourage Bella to move on, Edward tells her it is because he no longer loves her. With Edward's departure, Bella suffers severe depression for several months. In the months that follow, Bella learns that thrill-seeking activities such as motorcycle riding and cliff diving allow her to hear Edward's voice in her head through her subconscious mind. She also seeks comfort in her deepening friendship with Jacob Black, a cheerful companion who eases her pain after losing Edward. Some time after losing Edward, Bella starts to enjoy Jacob's company and friendship. After spending some time with Bella, Jacob starts experiencing some unexpected and drastic changes in the form of mood swings, body, and personality. Jacob disappears while he undergoes a very long, painful, and life-altering transformation, causing Bella and Charlie to become concerned when he stops returning Bella's calls. When Bella and Jacob reconnect a few weeks later, Bella senses that Jacob isn't as happy-go-lucky as he once was. She is uncomfortable with Jacob's recent changes, noting that he has become more aloof and secretive. Shortly thereafter, she discovers that Jacob has unwillingly become a werewolf, and that other Quileute tribe members can transform into werewolves too. Jacob and his pack protect Bella from the vampire Laurent, who was part of James's coven, and also Victoria, who seeks revenge for her dead mate James, whom the Cullens had killed in the previous installment. Jacob forms romantic feelings for Bella, but she doesn't feel the same, having not gotten over her breakup with Edward. This only fuels Jacob's dislike of Edward. Jacob then saves Bella from drowning after she jumps off a cliff into the ocean and almost kisses her in the events following. Meanwhile, a series of miscommunications lead Edward to believe that Bella has committed suicide by jumping off a cliff. Distraught over her suspected suicide, Edward flees to Volterra, Italy, to provoke the Volturi, vampire royalty who are capable of killing him, though they refuse, deeming his mind-reading ability to be too valuable. In contrast to Edward's rash reaction to the news of Bella's death, Alice Cullen makes a surprise visit to Bella's house, which overwhelms Bella. Bella asks a series of questions, and Alice tells her that she saw Bella trying to kill herself in one of her visions. Bella insists that she was not attempting suicide and was only seeking a thrilling experience. Alice becomes confused, yet quickly realizes that the werewolves create blind spots in her visions, which is why she does not see Jacob rescuing Bella from the ocean. As Alice's visions about Edward change rapidly, Alice and Bella are unable to clearly understand whether Edward is or will be safe. They rush to Italy to prevent Edward from revealing himself to humans, so the Volturi are forced to kill him, arriving just in time to stop him. Before leaving Italy, the Volturi tell Edward that Bella, a human who knows that vampires exist, must either be killed or transformed into a vampire to protect the secret. It is also apparent that Edward is not the only one whose gifts don't work on Bella, as neither Arrow nor Jane can affect her with their talents. When they return to Forks, Edward tells Bella that he has always loved her and only left Forks to protect her. She forgives him, and the Cullens vote in favor of Bella being transformed into a vampire, to Rosalie and Edward's dismay. However, Jacob sternly reminds Edward about an important part of their treaty. If the Cullens bite a human for any reason, the treaty is over and the wolves will attack. When Bella reminds him that it's none of his concern, as being a vampire is what she wants, Jacob reveals it is his business, as she doesn't understand what's going to be at stake for her and the Cullens. Before he can continue warning her, they hear an angry Charlie asking Bella to get inside the house at once. Jacob apologizes to Bella once more before leaving, and the story concludes with Charlie grounding Bella for running off to Italy. And for owning a motorcycle, I believe. My opinion, I feel like my opinion is slightly not as positive as Twilight itself. Twilight itself, I feel like, is pretty, it's harmless little love story. It's not meant to be serious. I feel like New Moon is almost meant to be serious, but it's not. And you can't take it seriously because what the flip is up with the werewolves? Like, it came out of nowhere. Like, honestly, knowing that the Quilutes had legends about the werewolf, about the vampires, sure, you can have some knowledge of something, but having them be like part of it, like turning into werewolves, and like that's also a secret. And of course Bella has to know about it. It's a little too weird. It's getting weird now. I do also, the other thing is the the determination that you can't live without somebody else, so you're going to commit suicide because the other person isn't around anymore. That's extraordinarily toxic and is very problematic. And so I don't know, it's a bit of a flippant use of suicide. Yeah, like people are upset, but like there's no reason to harm yourself for it. And it's spoken of and it's spoken of as if it were just a normal thing that people do. This is not a normal thing people do, and I really don't like that message that you can't live without somebody you're in love with, because you should want to kill yourself rather than live without them, is basically the message given, and I really dislike that message for a lot of reasons, but number one reason being it encourages suicide in young people. And so I feel like that's probably the most problematic part of the book. So this one is not as interesting as the last one, and I feel like it has a lot of issues with it. It's told relatively well, as far as like the telling of the story itself, and the consistency of the lore and stuff like that is pretty good, but just the problematic parts of it make it very problematic. Anyway, that is my opinion. Um, it it took me about 11 hours to read. It's not too long, kind of medium length, I guess, for this kind of a book. But it's a bit much. It's a bit much. Anyway, that's my opinion. Leave your opinion in the comments below, and happy reading.